Hey guys, good morning. This is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your subscription. This is the daily forecast for February 10th, Thursday. It is not solely set for that date. It is a reading that you can use whenever you see it. If it fits in your life, whenever you're watching it, please feel free to go ahead and use it. It is for all signs, and it is a collective reading. So some things may apply and some things may not. I will refer back to the weekly, which will show up on the lower left-hand corner as the underpinning energy of the week. So those cards you might hear me make reference to, that's where you would find that reading. That's the Sunday reading that gives us kind of an insight into what could be going on throughout the week. And then we look day by day as we walk through the week together as a collective. Please check out the drop-down menu. Because there's just like house rules in there and things I want you to know, how to get in contact with me for a private reading, or how to follow me on social media, things like that. Sorry guys, I'm a little off. My dog passed away last night, so I just had to drop her off at the crematorium this morning. So just bear with me while I get through this reading. Please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell if you want to be notified when I go live or when a new video goes up. I do try and upload content daily. And please leave a comment, a question, share the video out with your friends, on your social medias, that sort of thing. If this does make sense, great. Utilize it to your highest and greatest ability. Utilizing your own intuition and intelligence first and foremost to make your own decisions. You always want to be using your right to free will and all of that. You don't want the reading making the decision for you. And then the other thing I wanted to say is if it doesn't make sense or it doesn't seem to fit, that doesn't mean anything's wrong. You're not doing anything wrong. This just may not be your reading today, okay? So let's get into this and see what we've got going on for today. And our card for the day is the Lady of Fire. So this would be the Queen of Wands. Now, Queen of Wands is oftentimes associated with the sign of Leo, which my dog was a Leo. The dog that I just took to the crematorium. Okay. So the Lady of Fire, the Queen of Wands, she has a connection to the other side. She's highly sort of intuitive, right? A little bit of a manipulator, but in a good way. I always see her as somebody who likes to know the rules so then she can bend them to her own advantage, right? So she's kind of sassy. This is just like how I'm going to describe her, and I think this is maybe an attitude maybe we should take for the day. She's not going to take no for an answer, right? This woman. She's oftentimes associated, like I said, with the fire signs, the energy of the spirit. She is vivacious. She feels her oats, so to speak. She understands her powers. I oftentimes, MJ Cullinane and MJ taught me, she calls this the Beyonce card, and I love it because this is a woman that embraces all aspects of who she is at a very high level, right? Her sensuality, her sexuality, her fierceness, her femininity, and she doesn't let any of that stop her from getting what she wants, is kind of the feeling that I get whenever I think of the Queen of Wands. She's going to be warm-hearted and kind, but if you piss her off, watch out kind of thing, right? Because she will straight tell you 8 ways from Sunday how she feels. Tallulah, my dog, was like that too. She could represent psychic insight, being connected to the other side or having a little bit of a revelation in that way, having a little bit of a higher intuition or a little bit of a stronger desire or emotional, like the desire of the spirit and the emotions coming together for us in a way that helps us to understand what it is and how it is we want it to be. Does that make sense? And so if we're looking at that sort of stuff, the Queen of Wands is the woman that's going to go out there and make it happen through feeling and through spirit, right? Underneath this card is another strong female presence, which is the High Priestess. She's associated with Piscean energy. And so she's that sort of spiritual secrets too. She is Major Arcana. So remember, she's backing up this Queen of Wands right now. So there is this opportunity to kind of intuitively, instinctively, emotionally sort of get what we want if we really set our mind and our assets to it. The Queen of Wands has no problem utilizing her assets to get her point across, her needs met. And I don't mean that in a selfish way, right? I mean that to me, the Queen of Wands has this sort of air about her, this, cool understanding and confidence in all of her abilities, right? She doesn't, how do I want to say it? She doesn't dim her shine. I can see some of the other queens maybe kind of hiding a little bit. The Queen of Wands, no way. She's going to let herself be seen. But with that High Priestess underneath, she may not necessarily reveal everything she knows to help further her advantage, whether it be at work or within a relationship. There might be a secret that you're holding on to as the Queen of Wands, or some sort of intuition that you are aware of that you're holding on to that you're not quite ready to release, because if you do so, it may not work to your advantage. So pay attention to kind of how you're feeling first and foremost, because we have that High Priestess underneath. Queens always represent the suit of cups too, so there's feeling on that because this is a queen card. But then also our spirit, because she is a fire, right? She's the wand suit. So how we're feeling deeply within ourselves, both at spirit level and emotional level, should indicate what it is we want. With this, there's a vivaciousness, though, to her that I feel like we don't want to deny. Yesterday's stone for the grounding stone was in joy. And this week was vision, right, for the entire week. So envision what it is that you truly desire, and then let the secrets of the High Priestess unlock within you so that you can utilize the dynamism and the emotional intelligence and sort of confidence that the Queen of Wands represents to move yourself forward on the strength of, with the strength of the, and the wisdom of the spiritual wisdom of the High Priestess. Does that make sense, guys? And then here is our what's this called? I can't even think of this deck. This card's just freaking me out. This is the Seeker Oracle, and this is your path alone. And it's like this honeybee. It's just weird that it says your path alone, and I just left my dog, my Leo dog. I like that the bee is sort of connected to this sort of intertwined kind of golden path. Like it all kind of, to me, I'm not sure what the story is going to say, but what I am going to say here is that if we embrace what is going on around us, no matter what it is, and we live with it from a place of gratitude, openness, vivaciousness, that the path is golden no matter what, right? And we may double back upon ourselves. We may experience hardships. That's kind of like all of the intertwining of this to me, right? But the bee sort of holds it, right? Like he understands that all of this may feel like our own path, or we're alone on that path, but really in some ways we're not, is the feeling I'm getting. Let me look at what your path alone story is. Okay, your path alone. The blue-banded bee is a solitary soul and also a creature with a specialized ability to buzz, pollinate a variety of plants that require its skill in order to reproduce. It is small, often unseen, and vibrates on a level like no other. Without its natural gifts, we humans would be without a number of much-loved fruits. Not only does the blue-banded bee serve an important purpose, it works hard to continue its line. Using its mandibles, the blue-banded bee digs a burrow into clay or sandstone, where it lays an egg. All that it lives and works for is stored within. Although they often congregate together, the blue-banded bee is not part of a hive. It works alone, doing what needs to be done. While being part of a family or community can provide support and security, some paths must be walked alone. There is knowledge to be gathered, specialized learning to be done, and information to be stored away for later use. Step back, work in solitude and silence, devote yourself and your time to something special. Practice and refine your skills. Your path and your process are not meant to be shared at this time. That could also be some of the secretness of the High Priestess too, where we're holding back or maybe listening inwardly. Is that a word, inwardly? But listening to our intuition more so than anything else, and our desires more internally rather than externally, and then letting us create our own path through this. Interesting that I said the word desire, because that is the grounding stone for the day. And she would associate very much with the word desire. So grounding in what is it that we want at the spiritual, emotional level, and then going about it in our own very specific way about creating that, harvesting that, making sure that that comes to pass or taking steps towards that would be my guidance for you today in whatever form or shape that takes. Each one of you is going to desire or want something differently. Each one of you is going to be on a different path, learning something new or intuiting something new about yourself in your own way. So know that you may be on, it may feel like you're on this path alone doing the work to achieve your desire and your vision. Remember, vision is also underneath all of this too. But that may not stay that way for long, okay? That is your forecast for the day. Thank you so much for tuning in. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. For all of you, please hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.